are they really conscious, bro? Do you really think they're, thinking like we're thinking?
I mean, when
Do you
look,
really think they're living a life like we're living? No.
I mean, but they definitely serve a purpose, like pre-planned type of like server. What the fuck was the service or some shit like ants and shit, right? Motherfucker, there's ants that are born with like the big ass cylinder heads to just block off holes in logs and shit. And
I think,
and I don't think that's a coincidence, bro. Like, imagine like at what point in evolution, like, cause like I said, like at some point they have to serve some form of purpose and shit. Cause ants, they serve a colony, they serve the queen, and you look at fucking like I like to call them the farmer ants or food ants, the fuckers who are like, yo, Jimmy, you gotta go scout, and then
Jimmy comes back and is like, yo, John, there's a big ass piece of bread out there, man. We're gonna have to go get it.
This
dude.
is like the one time this fucker left my Cinnabon open, and I was like, dude, I'm about to eat some Cinnabon right now. I open it, and I'm like, what's on my hand? And I turn on the light, and I'm like, there's ants. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then I was like, well, gotta leave it outside. And I saw it. I observed this shit like a Neil deGrasse Tyson moment. I saw one ant. He goes up to that bitch. He goes, all right, leaves. This fucker brought back some ants, dude. And I was like, dog, what the fuck? And like, when you look at that too, it's like, there's no way that they have some sort of conscious of some sort of communication where like, yo, guys, I found some fucking food. Let's go get some.
I think it depends. Again, honestly, dude, it really depends on who you ask. Because look, I asked this question the other day when I was at work. I said, we were talking about dogs, and all I'm saying, dogs gotta eat. But we were talking about dogs, and I said, do you really think that dogs are conscious? Conscience.
All right.
Do you really think they think like we do? Do you think like they're talking to themselves and like, or communicating with each other, talking like how we're talking? And one of my coworkers, who's a big diehard Christian, born again Christian, he said, I think some animals, yes, some animals don't. Like dogs, I feel like dogs do have consciousness, and I do feel like they do, observe and think about the situations and the outcomes that could happen. And then he made it a point of like, the dogs that click the buttons,
Oh, those are
like,
fucking cool.
give me food and all this other stuff. And I said, well, you could kind of counter that by saying, technically, the dog is just pressing the button that he knows will get him food.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if he hits this button, he knows he's going to get him food. Mm-hmm. If he hits this button, he knows he's going to get a certain reaction out of his owner.
Yeah.
And again, do dogs know that they're pets? Do they know that we're owners? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question. And that's a question I've always wondered. And it's a question I've always thought about, because it's like, I want to know, like, are they thinking? Do they know? Do they have consciousness? Do they know that we're superior and then that they're like closer to the bottom of the food chain? Like, how does that work?
I mean, you could probably say the same thing about, parents and shit. I mean, because obviously when people say that monkeys they don't have that 1% of intelligence that we do, or like that 1% of like consciousness or a sentience of it. Like how I asked you at Buffalo, what's up? We're at Buffalo, and I asked, if we found out a way to communicate with dogs, or we found out how we can communicate with them and shit and stuff, because like I believe that dogs and at least the wildlife do communicate. Because if you see, like, there's one video of this one guy, he's like in the desert, and he fucking goes up against this mama cheetah.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Like a mama cheetah, and she goes like, and then the cubs are like, you called, bro? And it's like, what the fuck? And I asked this fucker, I was like, do you think like our view of, not like as a society, but like our whole view of the world would change if we could somehow understand the conversations of a whole fucking colony of ants living in our backyards?
I think it would be difficult, because I don't think the laws of physics would technically allow that, because ants are like that big, bro.
And you know what's pretty cool about
And are you gonna be able to hear them? Like how, you know, it's just not gonna physically and, you know, logically speaking, I don't think it'll work. But if it were to have worked and we were able to communicate with animals, I think it would be it would be eye opening.
yeah,
Because then we would see things like, for example, like deer, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you really think deers are conscious?
No. Those are probably the only animals that don't fucking think. They're like, damn, look at this bright ass semi truck. I think I should get near it.
And then not only that too, but like, you know, wolves. You know, wolves are technically in the dog family.
Dude,
they're in the canine family.
They're so fucking.
But what's the
so
difference between
intelligent.
a wolf and a dog?
Mhm.
You know, the wolf has like this, for example. I was watching. I've been binge watching, dude. Binge watching a bunch, and I mean a bunch of body cam videos.
Oh,
Midway Safety, Midwest Crime out there. Shout out to them. Ewu, shout out to you guys.
evil body cam.
They post a lot of videos that are very interesting about body cam footage from like cops and sheriffs and all that stuff. And I seen a video yesterday of a canine officer, you know, using his canine to, you know, search for a person, right? And it was funny because the officer was getting kind of annoyed because he was like, okay, go search. And the dog would go search. And then it would just, his instincts would like click in.
Was it a Malinois?
No, it was a German Shepherd.
Oh.
So his instincts would kind of click in. And he would be sniffing a pole, pissing on the pole, and then the fucking officer would be like, "Leave it!" And then they started searching a shed.
Yeah.
And what's it called? The officer was like, "Okay, go search," and he was giving him commands and shit, like search, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like the dog's instincts would click in, and he would just see like clothing, and like just start biting it and start ripping it apart. And it's like, you know, it would be kind of eye opening because it's like, what's the difference between a wolf and a dog? You know, like for example, dogs have that, you know, they're very what is the word, domesticated. You know, we domesticated them, and they're able to follow directions, follow rules and stuff like that. But yet again, it's like, what makes them switch what makes them flip that switch that says, oh shit, my instincts are calling, let me do this, you know? So I feel like that would be something.
I mean, when it comes to wolves as well, I think wolves are probably some of the most fascinating, like, at least, that sounded so fucking, felt weird. I mean, even like sea animals, but like wolves especially, like they're so fucking, like there was a story that a guest on Joe Rogan had where he was talking about like being hunted by like a pack of wolves. And the way he described it was how they circled like 3 guys. And then the male.
Did you fucking rip ass?
No, I heard that too. What was that?
It smells like fucking ass in here.
Oh, I thought I smell like a whoop. I thought
It's
you
not
about that.
this. No, it smells like dead ass, like ass. I think the dogs took a
I don't
shit.
think so, bro. I don't smell anything.
It smells like ass, bro.
I smell it on that side, bro.
Yeah, I think it's the dogs. I think they took a shit.
But it was like a guy and 2 friends, and they got surrounded by a pack of wolves, and he said that the alpha was like, he like howled, and then everybody else in the pack howled as well. And he thought of it as like, oh, maybe the alpha is like let me hear where you guys are at, so that way we can get your positions and stuff. And he sent out the wolves to like attack him, and then he howled again, and then he was like, oh fuck, we lost him.
I think the dogs took a shit, bro.
Damn. And then
It smells like straight up ass.
and then I guess after I think they killed like 1 or 2 of their pack members. And then they retreated. And the guy made eye contact with like the male alpha.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just say this right now: the black male alphas have probably the most aura fucking farming.
Wolves in
shits.
general, dude. When it comes to wolves and tigers,
Fucking aura right
dude,
there.
their aura is just fucking insane, bro. Like
And-
if I seen a wolf just stare,
That'd be fucked up, dude.
I'd be like, damn, I think I'm dying today.
And with those encounters, it's like there's no way you can't, like, if we had like that technology to be like we should make a scenario where we replicate that, and you can translate like in real time
what they're saying and shit.
yeah, like, yo, bro, like get in position or some shit. And it's like, bro, what? Like you said, it would be eye opening, and it would also come back to the the whole question of like, I mean, the fuck was that? Oh, the little shits. It would pose a lot of questions of like, damn, like we should probably introduce God to them or something. But then they'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
But then, yeah, like if you do that, it's like, are they going to be able to comprehend the concept of a creator?
Yeah, like the fuck.
As far as they're concerned, they just popped up on Earth.
Yeah,
And another thing too, like orcas, bro.
Dude, orcas are so
orcas, dolphins, all that stuff. Like
dolphins are
especially orcas, because I think the killer whale, it's technically not a whale. It's more related to a dolphin than a whale, but it's like
I always thought the white dot was their eyes.
Yeah,
dude.
I did too.
Like,
to this day, I still think that. And it's like that's fucking insane to me. Like they're able to communicate. The fact that they have beef with sharks and other fucking animals out there is just insane to me. Like they see a shark and they're like, yeah, it's on site. And they're born with that instinct too. It's like they see a shark and they're like, bro. I don't even like you. I don't know you, but I don't fucking like you.
I don't.
And
like
they just start messing them up.
And the way they attack their prey is just like, and that was the thing too. Is like how the fuck did these animals, especially sea animals like orcas, like at what point did they figure out, yo, dude, we should come up with a new meta? It's like, oh, bro, what if we like all swim and like flip our fins, and then like the glacier like fucking flips over, or we could just straight up fucking baseball bat them into the fucking air, and just kill them on sight. And the thing that is so weird too with like the orcas is like, why give them the illusion that they have eyes when their eyes are in the back of the white shit too? It's like,
well, same thing if you look at tigers. If you look at again, this goes back in
the tigers is really cool, dude.
This goes back to saying like there has to be a creator, bro. Because think about it, bro. Like orcas, right? Like you said, for example, orcas, they have a whole like little
like a
their
white
eyes, right? Their eyes are in front or on like not on front, but on their side or whatever.
You see it on the front or the back of the
and
white
then
dot?
They have a white dot that looks like an eye. Predators or prey or whatever don't know what they're actually looking at. Tigers, they have two dots in the back of their ears.
Oh yeah,
that makes it look like eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Think about it. What the fuck was hunting tigers to make
real,
genetics go? Yeah, you need some eyes in the back of your head. Like think about that. And not only that, tigers are what, brown and black or brown
no? They're orange
and black. Orange and black.
Primarily orange.
Orange and black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they hide and start preying in the bushes or whatever, you're like, how the hell do they camouflage?
I've seen the video.
Turns out, bro, that the prey that they hunt are colorblind, so they don't see the bright orange colors. So to the prey, a deer, a gazelle, or whatever it may be, they only see
the green.
So to them, orange and black looks green and dark green. So they camouflage into the bushes and into the green grass, which is fucking baffling. And then not only that, think about snakes, bro. How in the hell were they able to like, say, all right, I'm gonna get rid of legs. They don't have legs, but for example, like boa constrictors, right? Like in an anaconda, let's say that, so you can understand me. They're like the creator above, God said, you know what? I don't want to make them too OP. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them, kind of big. They could only swim fast in the lakes and stuff.
The rivers.
They can't really move fast on land. I'm gonna make them big as hell, super strong. But I'm not gonna give them legs. Not only that, but in order to kill their prey, they have to constrict it. Well, how are they gonna eat the prey if they can't chew the food? Well, let me just let them extend their freaking jaw so they could swallow their prey whole. You know how fucking crazy that is?
Not even
think about that, bro. In order for them to eat this, they could eat this whole thing whole, excuse me. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, I bet, open their fucking jaw, dislocate their jaw so their mouth could open 180 degrees.
Yup.
Their skin freaking stretches, and they just swallow the motherfucking whole.
And then also too, like, at what point did some snakes are like go, bro? Honestly, like your skin in camouflage it with the rocks, man. We gotta figure out a brand new not skin color, a brand new meta.
a patch.
Like we gotta buff our meta right now. Let's create a fucking a rattlesnake that blends in with the dirt. And they're like, yeah, bro, look at this pattern, bro. It just fucking blends in with the bushes and all this shit.
Or the Gaboon Viper.
And then what the fuck? Look at the fucking the snake born from hell. The fucker with the bitch ass spider tail, the spider tail snake.
I was just about to say that.
That mother, bro. What species? At what point did this motherfucker go?
Which is a viper. It's a viper.
He's like, dude, we're not getting that much food right now. We got to do something. Management, what do? Let's make one with the tail, with the spider at the end, and then we'll get food like that.
Yeah.
They literally figured out the infinite money glitch.
Not only that, like think about this too. Like, for example, a poison dart frog. So this frog was so petty. He said, "You know what? If you eat me and my children, you're gonna go down with me. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna go. You're gonna go down with me." So they said, "I bet they're gonna have freaking poison in their skin. So if they get eaten, they're gone." Mm-hmm. And what makes animals think, bro? So they become like bright red, bright yellow. You know, things that say danger.
Oh, okay.
What in their head, in an animal's head, for example, let's say a monkey, you know, or no, what lives in the rainforest?
A lot of things. I don't know.
Snake. Let's say a snake in the rainforest sees that frog and says, "Damn, I'm gonna eat it." But then they're like, "Nah, never mind. I shouldn't eat it. It's like pretty colorful. It might be poisonous."
Yep.
And they, you know, they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that." So they just walk and like, what's up, gang?" And they just walk.
It's also like that.
Technically crawl.
It's also like that one video. Before I show you this one fucking cool ass video I recently saw. If you ever seen the video of the turtle in the desert, and there's a literal like rattlesnake next to him or under him, and he's just walking. He goes, and he just steps on his fucking head on the rattle. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And he just walks on his way, and the rattlesnake is like, "Damn, bro, chill. I didn't even do anything." And then it's like, and that too is like, what is it about? And like you said, like there has to be some sort of like consciousness, I believe, in that snake to be like, I can't eat you, bro. Like you have armor, you literally have a tank on you. So
not only that,
like,
but
why even
like,
bother like trying to eat you, bro?
Not only that, but like, are they like in unison? Like, you know, they know that the turtle knows that it can't be harmed, so it's just walking by.
Not only that, he just disrespected that motherfucker.
And then like, what if they get, you know, the turtle didn't mean it? What if something, you know, in another thing that we can't hear, the turtle says, "My fault, bro, my fault."
And then also with like one thing about like the poisonous,
and the snake is like, "I bet, like, no, it's cool, don't worry about it."
Oh fuck! Like with the poisonous frogs too, it's like Joe Rogan made a really cool, at least like a really like thought provoking state or like a quote where he's like where he said that look at plants and shit. I mean, we like to think that plants aren't living, but they are, and plants have evolved to a, like, look at the, what are they called? The Venus flytrap. That's a plant that literally evolved to be like, I'm waiting, and then chomp down. And there's plants that are poisonous that those things evolve to be poisonous to be like, yo, you gotta leave me alone because I'm gonna fuck you up. Look at Datura. Yeah, people are like, oh, bro, that's pretty cool.
But with the plants, I kind of see it like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like,
trees and shit are fucking
it's
weird.
just there, you know, like, it's just there. Like, you know, plants are just there.
And then I wanted to show this video like about like how do they think that like, or like they're like, oh, bro, like that, like
make
that
sure
thing,
to flip it before you start recording.
No, it's vertical.
Oh.
How they're like, dude, that thing is dangerous. I believe that somehow, some way, they like pass this information down like a lineage,
genetics,
and it's like, what the fuck, too? Like, look at this shit real quick, bro.
Put some volume.
Oh, the video's gonna play it right now. Look at this shit.
Madagascan millipedes don't bother hiding at all. Packed with so much poison that most predators won't touch them, they're free to roam the rainforest. Most of the time. The millipede's toxin won't harm a lemur this size, but it's the ideal insect repellent for getting rid of parasites living in their fur. The lemurs have also discovered a rather strange side effect.
I seen this video.
A quick bite, and more toxin is released. And in small doses, it appears to be psychoactive. The millipedes are released relatively unscathed. But high in the trees, the lemurs won't be coming down for a while.
I mean, dude, like,
That's funny.
Isn't that fucking crazy how some, like, like, this is always so weird to me. It's like, at what point did the lemurs were like, damn, we should try something out real quick. And then, you know, like, by accident, like, oh, bro, we good up here. Like, they literally just like, damn, we good as fuck, bro. And think about that, too. It's like, at what point were they like, bro, we got parasites on ourselves. Let's try that thing real quick. And they just went.
Well, same thing too with when it comes to the pufferfish and the dolphins. You know, dolphins.
I think that was disrespectful. He just threw that motherfucker off the damn thing.
That was kind of disrespectful.
Fuck out of here.
The dude was like, "All right, bet, bro, go leave."
He goes, is that what I'm worth?
Like dolphins and millipedes, like, you know, or not millipedes, dolphins and pufferfish. They
passed the puff.
the dolphins, you know, would kind of bite into it so they could release toxins and
They get high.
they get high. Like what in the world, you know, made them say, yeah, let's go get high.
I think I got high.
One of them probably just bit it and was like, I think I'm faded.
I think I'm faded, dude.
I think I'm faded.
He's like, yo, are you sure you're faded? He's like, yeah.
And that baffles my mind too. Like that's,
bro,
that's
try
honestly, that's honestly crazy. Like that baffles my mind that it's like, I don't know. Like, and again, what makes you think that lemurs are conscious, bro? Like, are they really conscious or are they just like?
Well, here's the thing. What are we going to? What constitutes as being conscious? Is it having the having the intelligence like we do that makes us understand consciousness, or like just knowing that we have a purpose, or that we understand that we're here, that we exist?
I think that consciousness in itself is having thought, like thinking, and then knowing that you are alive and knowing that there's no way. Like, for example, what we're doing, we're having a conversation, we're talking about a higher power. That's consciousness to me.
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness is looking at yourself and being like, damn, like I'm moving my hands. That's crazy. You know?
Oh, okay.
That's my thing. That's what I believe.
Fuck, there's this one fucking video about like the fucking Masons or some shit. Oh yeah, look, this shit, the third eye.
Let me see.